Hello, and welcome to the Blue Ash Police Department. My name is Officer Beth Roach. I'm the Community Relations Officer. Today, we're going to take a tour of the police department. I'm going to introduce you to some of my friends, and we'll see some of the interesting places inside. Here we are inside.
Hello, welcome to the Blue Ash Police Department. I'm Lieutenant Roger Pohlman.
I'm Detective Dane Baumgartner, and this is Licorice, our therapy dog. We're going to give you a tour of the police department today. Come on in.
This is our dispatch office. Usually there's one, sometimes two dispatchers in here. They take the phone calls and tell the police officers where to go. They have lots of computers, lots of TV screens, and lots of information.
This is the police department kitchen. In here, the officers can cook their food, they can keep it in the refrigerator. As you know, police officers are always working 24 hours a day, so a lot of times we don't have time to go out to a restaurant and get food, or we can't go home and get food, so our officers come in here to eat their food. And if you walk through here, follow me. This is what we call our patrol room and briefing room. So at the beginning of each shift, the officers will sit around the table and we'll have a sergeant that'll read the reports and anything important that happened the following shift, so our officers know what to look out for. We also do training in here. As police officers, we do a lot of training to keep up on the latest technology and trends that are going on. So we do all of our training in here. This is the patrol room portion of the police department. If you come in here, you can see that we have a lot of mail bins, drawers, we have a lot of equipment. So all the officers, after they go through a briefing, will come in here and get their equipment that they'll take out to their car. Also, you'll see that we have 3 different computers here and a lot of different forms here. As police officers, big portion of our job is doing paperwork after we take reports. So the police officers come here and can finish their reports and store all their equipment here.
This is the Blue Ash Police Department property room. So this is where officers would come with property if they collected something from a crime or from a scene. We put things in special evidence bags, and we use special tape that helps us make sure that the property is kept whole and safe. We lock the property in these lockers over here, or larger lockers if we need to. Put a sticker on them so we know what they are, and then all of our property gets stored in the large property cage here, which is kept secure so that we can keep everything safe. This is the Blue Ash Police Department's crime lab. We use this lab to process evidence that we collect at crime scenes. One of the most common things we do is fingerprints. We use things like this, which is a fingerprint wand, and volcanic fingerprint powder, which actually comes from crushed volcanic rock. We use the fingerprint wand to dust for fingerprints, and as we dust the fingerprints, we can see that they appear on whatever surface it is we're using. So those are some good fingerprints we could use. Back here we actually have our fume hood. This fume hood is used to process things with certain chemicals that release fumes, and this is a super glue fuming chamber, which also helps produce fingerprints by heating up super glue. If you come on into the lab, there's plenty of room for us to process things. This is our APHIS machine. This is where we would take the fingerprints we collect at a crime scene, scan them into a computer, and check them against fingerprints from all over the United States. We also have different materials that we use for casting, things like footprints that we can use to identify criminals. So this is the Blue Ash Police Crime Lab.
This is the police department fitness room, which is located inside the police department. As police officers, we have to stay in very good shape to do our jobs. So we can come out down here and work out. We let our officers work out before or after their shift so they can stay in shape. We also do a yearly physical fitness test. So working out down here gets us ready for that physical fitness test every year.
This is the police department booking room. If someone's arrested, this is where they come to get processed. We have a machine over here that we use to take fingerprints. This is an electronic machine that automatically uploads fingerprints and compares them against other people. Over on this side of the room, we actually have our inked fingerprints. So if we need to, we can take rolled inked fingerprints. And this camera here takes pictures of prisoners as they are booked into our jail facility. Speaking of the jail facility, it's actually right across the hall here. And you can see we have a wonderful prisoner today, which is Licorice. This is where we would hold prisoners while they're awaiting to go to the Hamilton County Justice Center in downtown. And sometimes before we take them there, we have to interview prisoners. And we would use this system here, which is a camera system, and we use our interview rooms. This is an example of one of our interview rooms where we would sit and interview prisoners before they're taken to jail. This is the booking area of the Blue Ash Police Department. As you've learned, the Blue Ash Police Department uses a lot of different tools in our investigations here. This is one of our newest and coolest tools, is the drone. We actually have several different drones that we use. We use the drone to find missing people, to help out with the SWAT team, and to do search and rescue. So we use it for all kinds of different things. Our drone actually even has the ability to use FLIR, which is vision that allows it to see at night. So it can be totally dark outside, and the drone can still see. So it's a great tool for us here at the police department. We use it all the time.
One of the biggest questions we get asked when people come and tour the police department is all of this stuff on our belt. They want to know what all this stuff is. We carry about 35 to 40 pounds of equipment on our belt and with our ballistic vest. So this stuff weighs a lot, but it helps protect us and helps us do our job. So I'm going to explain a little bit what's on my belt here today. So we carry a radio. Most of us carry 1 or 2 radios. So if you call the dispatcher and need help, the dispatcher can call us and let us know where we need to go so we can get there quickly. We carry a taser, we carry mace, we carry extra bullets for our gun, and we have our gun, and we have our handcuffs. If we need to arrest somebody and take them to jail, we have handcuffs to be able to arrest them. And we also carry a tourniquet on our belt too. So the tourniquet, if we need to provide first aid for one of our police officers or for somebody that's involved in an accident, we can help save them and stop the bleeding on them.
Here we are in the parking lot at the Blue Ash Police Department. This is where we keep our cruisers, or our police cars. You can see some of them are silver, and some of the new ones are black. Let's take a look inside. Inside a cruiser, there's lots of equipment. We have cameras, a computer, and extra weapons if we need them. Thank you for joining us on our tour of the Blue Ash Police Department. We hope you had a good time.